Welcome to AnimeFan Narrations, Solo Leveling, Episode 23, Chapter 74.
While Volkan might have been the boss of the lower levels, archdemons were just regular foes on the higher floors. After the 70th floor, they began to appear more frequently.
If it was just the monsters getting stronger, I could handle it.
But there was a more significant issue. The environment on the upper floors changed drastically. Starting from the 51st floor, the city was engulfed in flames, and the fires intensified with each level. After the 70th floor, the heat was so intense it drained his health. Even slight movements greatly increased his fatigue. It felt more like a tower of fire than a demon castle. That gut feeling he had before entering was accurate.
Time to go.
He decided to end his raid here. He needed a way to cope with the intense heat of the flames.
I need to get an artifact that boosts my fire resistance.
High-ranking hunter's gear was outrageously expensive. Moreover, if they were enchanted with protective magic, the cost would double. He remembered hearing on the news that some of the priciest items cost tens of billions of won. Although he had earned a decent amount while raiding with Yu Jinho, Jinwoo wasn't sure if it was enough to buy the necessary artifacts, so he needed a backup plan.
This should work.
Jinwoo glanced at the marble of avarice in his inventory and smiled. Any mage-class hunter would drool over such an item. What would happen if he put the marble up for auction? If its effects were verified, top-tier mage-class hunters would flock to buy it. Jinwoo closed his inventory. His goal in this dungeon was to level up. He had accomplished that goal splendidly. He felt no shame in postponing the raid for another time. However, one thing lingered in his mind. He looked up.
Collected demon souls, 9,624 of 10,000.
Only 400 souls to go.
Just a bit more, and he could complete the quest. Today marked the 6th day. Just one more day would be sufficient to gather the remaining souls. A fortunate aspect of the upper floors was the presence of demons that yielded multiple souls. Gathering 400 would be a breeze.
Let's finish the quest and then leave.
With that resolve, Jinwoo pressed onward. With a clear objective in mind, he walked with more purpose.
Floors 1 through 74 are open. Which floor would you like to go to?
Standing in the middle of the magic circle, Jinwoo said,
75th floor.
"What was this unexpected stroke of luck?" Jinwoo spotted the monster guarding the magic circle for interfloor movement in the distance.
The Guide of Souls Metis.
Judging by the name, it was evidently a boss-class monster. The creature wore a black robe and a silver necklace.
That must be the Monarch of Demons necklace.
On his mission to complete the quest and leave, he had unexpectedly found the next piece of the set items. However, Jinwoo's smile wasn't due to the item. No matter how valuable the drops, you couldn't obtain them without defeating the monster. Jinwoo grinned, recognizing something crucially different about this monster that would aid in its defeat. He gripped his 2 daggers and charged forward. The skeleton mage in black robes spotted him.
The Guide of Souls, Metis, has noticed an intruder.
As expected of a boss-class monster, Metis cast its spell in an instant. A blood-red magic circle appeared at its feet, and a sinister energy surrounded it.
The Guide of Souls, Metis, has used Cursed Voice.
Responding to Metis's call, an army of undead rose from the ground. Their numbers were in the thousands. A normal person would have been paralyzed with fear at the sight of this horrific army. But Jinwoo remained unfazed.
Just as I thought.
He had anticipated this. Throughout the entire demon castle, this was the first time he saw that familiar black smoke rising from the ground. Observing the unusual occurrence, Jinwoo quickly deduced what kind of monster Metis was.
The Guide of Souls.
The boss's title only confirmed his suspicions. As expected, Metis had summoned a formidable undead army. However, Jinwoo specialized in this area.
Arise!
With a painful scream, soldiers emerged from the shadows of Metis's undead army. Their numbers were in the hundreds, though significantly fewer than Metis's forces. They were sufficient. These were not Jinwoo's main force.
Clear a path for me.
The true army then emerged. Dark soldiers arose from Jinwoo's shadow. The hundreds of soldiers created by shadow extraction kept Metis's army occupied. Meanwhile, Jinwoo's real army, having leveled up alongside him while conquering the demon castle, carved a path for him. There was one main objective. Ygritte and Iron led the charge, swiftly cutting through the undead. The gap between Jinwoo and Metis closed in an instant.
This is enough.
Jinwoo sped ahead of his knights.
Sprint!
Sprint has leveled up.
After using it extensively in the demon castle, Sprint had leveled up.
Excellent.
Jinwoo grinned broadly. Having broken free from the undead encirclement in a flash, Jinwoo now stood before Metis. The 2 undead commanders locked eyes.
You didn't see this coming, did you?
While Jinwoo's eyes gleamed with the light of victory, Midas appeared to flinch at the sight of him. Or so it seemed.
Do monsters experience fear?
This wasn't the time to ponder such questions. His daggers moved so swiftly they left trails of afterimages. The boss-class monster collapsed without resistance. From his experience, Jinwoo knew that mage-class monsters leading minions were weak in solo combat. He recognized this the moment he saw Midas. Jinwoo returned his weapons to the inventory.
You've defeated the Guide of Souls, Metis. You've earned 200,000 experience points. The Demon Souls sealed in Metis pendant were released. You've earned 220 Demon Souls. You've leveled up. You've leveled up.
Jinwoo clenched his fist in triumph. Gaining 220 souls in one go was a real stroke of luck.
Collected Demon Souls, 9,971 of 10,000.
A grin spread across Jinwoo's face.
Almost there.
Just 29 more souls. He needed to slay a few more demons. Jinwoo swiftly collected the items from the boss's body and approached the magic circle.
Which floor would you like to go to?
76th floor.
Eastern Seaboard, United States. A sleeping man thrashed as if caught in a nightmare, then jolted awake. It was Hwang Dongsoo. The first thing he noticed was the white ceiling. In an unfamiliar setting, he looked around.
A hospital?
Dream. Was it not a dream? As Hwang Dongsoo wiped a bead of sweat from his chin with the back of his hand, he noticed something. An IV needle was inserted into his hand, above the hospital gown. His expression hardened. In a cold tone, he said,
Just tell me why you're here and then leave.
The deputy director of the Federal Bureau of Hunters, FBH, stood across the room. He was a middle-aged American with more gray than black in his hair. He slowly approached Hwang Dongsoo.
I wanted to ask you something, so I waited here.
What did he want to ask? Hwang Dongsoo looked up. The deputy director met his eyes and asked,
That man, Sung Ilhwan, are you certain he's a magic beast?
Do you think I attacked an ordinary person?
It's not that I doubt you. I just want to confirm what I saw.
The deputy director handed his phone to Hwang Dongsoo.
What's this?
It's security footage from that day.
In the video, an Asian man was saving FBH employees from a collapsing building. Hwang Dongsoo didn't need to ask who the man was. He couldn't forget the face he saw before losing consciousness. Sung Ilhwan. The deputy director continued with a serious expression.
I've never heard of a magic beast helping humans. Are you still sure that man is a magic beast?
He's definitely a magic beast.
Is that so?
The deputy director put his phone away.
Once you're discharged, come to the FBH. We have some things to document.
As the deputy director turned to leave, Hwang Dongsoo asked,
What happened to him?
He vanished after the fight. While the Bureau is working hard to track him down, we're not sure if we can catch someone who managed to defeat you.
Before leaving, the deputy director asked one more question with difficulty.
Do you, by any chance, know where he might go?
Seeing the hunter's silence, the deputy director left the hospital room. As soon as he was alone, Hwang Dongsoo yanked out the IV needle from his arm.
Damn it!
He replayed the humiliating defeat in his mind. Before he knew it, Sung Ilhwan had his foot on his neck. He lay on the ground, helpless. As he coughed, Sung Ilhwan spoke.
Stay out of Korea. This is for your own good, not my son's. If you do, you won't find peace even in death.
After that, his memory was blank. When he regained consciousness, he found himself here.
I won't find peace even in death.
What did that mean? Was it a threat of a brutal death?
How dare you threaten me?
Hwang Dongsoo's fists clenched in anger. Losing to a magic beast was bad enough, but to be threatened on top of it was infuriating.
I know where he's headed.
He would kill Sung Ilhwan. But how? Whether or not he was truly a magic beast, Sung Ilhwan was undoubtedly powerful.
I need the right gear to take him down.
Luckily, obtaining such gear would be straightforward.
I'll contact the guild.
Hwang Dongsoo's guild, Scavenger, was among the top guilds worldwide. The value of Scavenger's artifacts alone exceeded the budget of a small country.
It shouldn't be an issue to borrow a few artifacts.
Determination lit up Hwang Dongsoo's eyes. To Korea. He set his sights on his next target.
You've defeated an archdemon. You've earned 2,200 experience points. You've earned 1 demon soul. You've earned 3 demon souls from the archdemon's slaves.
I'm all done.
Jinwoo couldn't contain his excitement. Fortunately, the last monster he defeated dropped 4 souls, just enough to complete the quest.
Collected demon souls, 10,001. You've completed the ordinary quest. Collect the demon souls, Part 1. The reward for completing the quest has arrived. Would you like to verify? Yes, no.
Absolutely.
With his mental confirmation, the rewards appeared.
You've received the below rewards. Reward 1. Pick one item from every item possible. Reward 2. Stat points plus 20. Reward 3. Unknown reward. Accept all?
All the rewards were incredible, but Jinwoo was most excited about the first one. It would have been worth completing the quest just for that.
Accept reward 1.
You may pick one item from every item possible. Which item do you want?
An item I want. There was one. It was something Jinwoo had considered ever since seeing the quest. His mind drifted back to the day he had to make a similar choice. What if he had picked the other item? That question had lingered in his mind ever since. He wasn't sure if that item was even available here, but decided to give it a try.
Thanks for watching Solo Leveling on AnimeFan Narrations. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, and hit the bell for updates. Share your thoughts in the comments. See you next time.